Hey everybody, we're about to do chapter 4 here. We only got 6 of them to do, so we're more than halfway there. So let's get started by downloading the Excel with the data, which I am doing right now. Sorry, it's taking a minute to load. Don't know why it's taking so long. Looks like I froze. Alright, I froze for a minute, so I had to pause it. So here we go. Let's get started. Already printed out the directions. So we'll start from number 2. Click on the warehouse payment table sheet. So here's warehouse payment table sheet. In cell B8, let's find B8. Enter a payment function using B4 divided by 12 as the rate, B3 is the number of payments, B2 is the present value of the loan, and display the results as a positive number. Alright, so to do that, we're doing everything in cell B8. So let's click our formulas tab right there. We're going to go to financial and scroll down till you see payment. Where is it? There it is right there. PMT. It calculates the payment for a loan based on the constant payments and a constant interest rate. So this is the function it wants. So we'll click on that. And once you click on that, you're going to get this window that's popping up. So this is where you need to read the rest of your directions more thoroughly. It says, using B4 divided by 12 is the rate. Alright, so let's use B4 divided by 12 as the rate. So we can either type in B4, click on it, doesn't matter. So it wants this number divided by 12. Whoops, here we go, 12. For the payment period, it wants cell B3. So NPER is the payments. And it says to use cell B3, and if you look, it says period months. So it's 120, so we can just click on that. And for present value of the loan, you use B2. So PV is short for present value, and we're going to use P2. So let's click right here and click P2. And it says the last part is display the results as a negative number. So if I click OK here, it's in parentheses and in red. Anything, if you guys think back to accounting, anything in parentheses is a negative number. So we want to display this as a positive number. So this last number right here in the formula, you're going to put a negative sign. And it's going to change it to a positive number. So if you were to bring up that function again, let's go back. You would do the same thing like you did. What was it? B4 divided by 12. That's 120. This is B2. All you would have to do for this is when you put B2, just put negative. And it does the same thing. See, the formula is where I changed it, negative B2. All right, so that is how you do number 2. Number 3, in the range B8 to H16, we want to create 2 variable data tables. Set B3 as the row input cell and B4 as the column input cell. Alright, so first we're going to start by highlighting B8 to H16. So let's find B8. I'm already on it. To H16. Here we go. We're going to click on the Data tab. And then we're going to go to this forecast group right here. And you're going to see what if analysts. That's what we want to click on. When you click on it, you're going to see 3 options. Go to Data Table. And you're going to see this little window pop up. So just do what the directions say. It says use B2 as the present value. Oops, sorry. Reading the wrong part of the direction. I'm reading number 2. It says set B3 as the row input cell. Alright, so B3 is the row input cell, and it says that we use B4 as the column input. Now while I'm clicking these, it automatically puts the dollar signs in between them, which is our F4 key that we manually had to do in our last lesson. So it's pretty cool, it does it on its own. Alright, from there we just hit enter. Ooh, look, we got our data table there. And that's all it wants, is that. Alright, so step 4. Apply the currency number format to cells C9 to H16. Alright, so we have B9 to H16 highlighted, so let's click off of it. Let's go to, what is it, C9 to H16. It wants us to do the currency number format. So if we go over to our Homes tab, and you see this little drop down arrow, click on that. If you click on this, it's going to give you a bunch of options. So click on currency. Basically, it's just going to make it look like money. Give it dollar sign, commas, and decimals. And that's all they want for step 4. Step 5. Apply the cell style note to the payment in cell E9. Alright, so let's click off of the table. Let's find E9. Alright, so there's E9 and it wants us to put cell style note. So we've done this before, so we're still on the Home tab, go to cell style, and just find the option that says no. There it is right there. Yep, I did it right. No. For some reason I thought last time I did it, it turned out more yellow. Alright, so now on to number 6. On the job information sheet, so now we're doing with another sheet, job information. Select the range A4 to C11. So A4 to C11, which is this whole table here. Sort the range by job code column in ascending order. Ascending order, if you don't know what that means, that basically just means if you're dealing with number, you would do in pneumatic order, like 1, 2, 3. And if you're dealing with letters, it's A, B, C, D. Ascending's 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Descending would be going backwards, starting with Z, or going from 10, 9, 8. Alright, so to do that, we already got it highlighted. And we're going to go to the Data tab here. Oop, there we go. And then we are going to go to Sort here. You're going to get this window that pops up. And if you click on sort by and click this arrow, it's going to give us three options: sort by job code, description, or salary. Because if you see right here, these are the titles they have: job code, description, or salary. Our directions want us to sort it by job information. Or, sorry, it says job code. So we're going to click job code. Order is going to be A to Z because that's ascending. And click OK. Now watch this. This is all going to change, go in alphabetical order. Maybe. There we go. Sorry, I'm having issues with my laptop today. It's freezing on me. There we go. See? Buyer, cash, CCJ. It's all in order. And that looks like that wraps it up for step 6. Step 7. Create a range name job code using the data in cell A5 to A11 on the job information worksheet. So we're already on the job information worksheet. It wants us to highlight A4. Oh, sorry. I keep reading the wrong directions. A5 to A11. So let's go to A5, A11. Next thing we want to do is, see this box right here? Right now this column I have highlighted is just named A5. All you have to do is click right here and we're going to rename this job code. So just type in job and it wants this underscore right here and then code. Make sure you type it just like that, capital J, underscored, and capital C. If you don't do it like that, it might mess you up a little bit later with the other steps we're about to do. Alright, so once you hit enter, that range is now called job code. See, if we were to click on this, it's just called nothing. Now, if we were to highlight this whole thing, see, it's called job code. Pretty cool, right? And that is it for step 7. Step 8, on the staffing plan worksheet. Alright, going to a new worksheet here. In cells A9 to A18. Alright, let's find A9 to A18. Set a data validation rule that allows values from a list to be entered in this cell. Set the source to equals job code from the newly created data validation list in cell A9. Select MMG. Alright, that's a lot of stuff. Sometimes when I read these directions it doesn't make sense, but you kind of got to break it up. So let's start with the first thing. We highlighted A to A18. And we're going to click on our data tab right here. Oh, looks like we already clicked on it. We're going to be dealing with the data tool group right here. And we are going to go to data validation. A lot of students said that my laptop Excel looks a little bit different than their desktop Excel at Dorsey, so mine's this little picture right here at the bottom. Yours will probably have the same picture and it might say it, but mine doesn't. But just click on that. You're going to get this window that pops up. And it looks like, sorry, I'm reading my notes here. For allow, we're going to put list. For source, we're going to put job code. Whoops. So you can just type in job code, capital JOB underscore capital CODE. Now remember the last step I told you to make sure to spell it just like that because I told you to mess it up. So if you were to type this with lowercase, it wouldn't recognize it. It'd be like, oh, well, you never made a range called job code with the lowercase c. So make sure to type it just like that. And it looks like that should be it. Just hit OK. You notice nothing really happens except for you get this little arrow that pops up. That's important. That's what we made. Because now, if you click on this arrow, type in job code. Whoops. Let's see here. Where are we at? So A9, we want MG, so we should be able to I must have messed up here. Let's try that again. I'm just messing up all over the place. Alright. I backspaced everything. Alright, let's try this again. Yep. A9 to A18, data tab. Go to tools. Go to data, verification, allow, list. For source. Well, I know what I did wrong. I just put job code. We need to put equals job code. There we go, equals job code. Now we're good. Now hit OK. One little thing can mess you up. Now, you'll still see nothing really happens except for this arrow. Now, when you click the arrow, you get these options here. Totally messed up without putting that equal. I hope I didn't mess you guys up too much. Alright, so we just did the first part of step 8. If I would have read my directions better, I would have saw plainly in the directions it says set the source to equals job code. Alright, now for the newly created data validation list in cell A9, select MMG. So just hit your arrow and select MMG. Voila. So basically, when we did job information here, we made a range called job code. Basically, we just took that information and put it over here, but we have the option to select what job code we want. Pretty cool, right? Alright, so that's step 8. Step 9, on the staffing plan worksheet. We're on the staffing plan worksheet already. In cell B9, which is right here, create a VLOOKUP function that will look up the description from the job code information sheet using the job code. Use absolute cell reference as necessary. Ooh, it sounds a little bit complicated there. Alright, so first thing you want to do, click B9. Go to Formulas tab. We want to go to Look Up and Reference. Scroll down to VLOOKUP. You're going to get this window that pops up. Alright, the lookup value is going to be A9 because that's basically saying whatever job code we put in here, we want it to match that description. So our lookup value is A9. Table array is going to be this right here. So we're going to click on job information and we're going to select A5 through B11. So that's what it should look like. Our table array is going to be, if you click on job information, highlight A5 to B11. So that's saying that in A9 and the other worksheet, if I look up MG, it's going to come back to this table and find MG and match MG to its description here. That's what we're telling it to do. All right, for this coal index number, we're going to put 2. And for the range, we're going to put false. Now, I hope you guys, make that all caps, false. Hope you guys are looking at your simulation and understanding it, because this formula is super confusing, and I want you to understand where we're getting this stuff from. So basically, on our staffing plan, whenever job code I type up, I want the description to pop up right here. So if I type in MMG, I want the description to pop up that's on our job information sheet right here. So if you look, MMG, the description's manager. So on A9, whatever description, whatever job code I put, I want it to match the description. So I put in my table array here. So if our table was all the way to 20, I would highlight that. But we only got this much. So that way, if I put in MAMG in our lookup, I want the description to come up as assistant manager. Now the 2 here is saying that we're using the second column. So I had all this highlighted. So 1, 2, that's the second column. So I'm only looking at the information in the second column, because the second column is the description, and that's what I want, is the description. And false, whoops, I don't know how I got that job information there. Get rid of that if you did that. False is just saying that find an exact match equals false. So we want it to be an exact match. We don't want it to be like a keyword or anything. We want it to be an exact match. So this is what this stuff means. So if you hit OK, you'll see it pops up manager. If you really want to play with it, you can test it. Now hit cash. Look, description changes to cashier. If we hit STR, the description is stockroom assistant. It's pretty cool. It's cool stuff you can do with Excel here. Okay. So let me see, was there anything else to this step? Nope. Looks like we're done with step 9. Let's go on to the next one. We are now on step 10. We're more than halfway done now. Step 10, copy the function in B9 and down through B18. So you guys did this a million times. Put your little plus sign there. Right click it, hold it down, and drag it down to B18. View. No, looks like I did something wrong. For some reason, mine came up NA. Oh, looks like from my notes it's saying NA's fine, and it's only saying NA because I haven't picked a job code yet. So once I pick a job code, it changes it. So it's saying NA is completely fine. That kind of confused me for a minute, so don't get confused yourself. Alright, so step 11. And cell C9. Let's go to C9 here. Enter 1 as the number of positions. Okay, so we'll just enter 1. And D9, type in management. Okay, management. Okay, that was easy. Step 12. On the staffing page plan, which we're on, in cell E9, Create a VLOOKUP function that will look up the salary for the job information sheet using the job code. Use absolute cell reference as necessary. So we're going to do the same thing we did here. How when we put in the job code, it pulled the description. So now it wants it to where when we look up the job code, it's going to give us the salary. So here's the salary. So basically we're going to do the same thing we did last time, except for instead of using column 2, we're going to use column 3 because we're dealing with salary now. So let's get started on that. So highlight E9. We're already on our formulas tab here. So go to lookup and reference. Go all the way down to the bottom to VLOOKUP. All right, so we're still dealing with lookup value A9. Table array, we're going to go to job information. Instead of highlighting A to B11, we're going to highlight the whole table. For this, we're going to put 3 because, like I said, we're dealing with only column 3, and we only want the salary information, not the description column, which we did last time. Range lookup, we're going to put false because remember, false means it's an exact match. So hit OK. There it is. So if you go to job information, it's saying that managers get $52,000 a year. So this is really cool. So there's only one position, and that's a salary, and that's the budget amount for the company. So if we were to change this to 2 positions, that's how much it would cost the company to hire 2 managers. Pretty cool, right? So let's change that back to 1, because that's what the directions told us to put. All right, so let's see what else it wants here. Looks like 12's done. Let's go to 13. 13, it wants us to copy the function of E9 down to cell E18. Okay, E9, copy down to 18. Remember, don't get confused like I did last time. If it says NA, it's fine. It's just because we haven't put any data in yet. Once we start putting in these job codes and number of positions, that's when the data is going to start showing up. Okay, that's 13. Pretty easy, right? 14. From the data validation drop-down list in cell A10. So we're dealing with this one. Select C cache. So hit your arrow, C cache. See, all those NAs changed already. And you'll notice the first time I did this, I got kind of confused because I'm like, well, why does the budget say 0? That doesn't make sense. I must have got a formula wrong. Because we haven't put a number of positions yet. Because right now we don't have any positions for a cashier, so it's costing the company $0 for 0 cashiers. Makes sense, right? All right, so in cell C10, enter 4 as the number of positions. All right, so that's saying the company is going to hire 4 cashiers. So you'll notice that this budget number is going to change to equal 27 times 4 because each cashier is getting 27,000. So 4, enter. So it's going to cost the company $108,000 to hire 4 cashiers at a salary rate of $27,000 a year. Pretty cool. Enter cashier as the type. So here's type. Right here, we're just going to enter cashier. Oops. Help if you spell it right. That's it. We are done. Well, we're done with step 14 anyways. Step 15. All right. Oh, this looks like a long one. Display the revenue worksheet. Oh, we're done with that last page. That last page was pretty fun. In cell E9, E9. Create. Oh, wait, hold on. Reading the wrong directions again. Don't listen to me with the E9. Let me reread the directions. We're on the revenue worksheet and trace the precedence. Sorry if I said that wrong. For the formula in cell IE. So here's IE, has that little mark in the corner, so that means something's wrong with it. Use the error checking dialog box to correct the error in the cell, so the formula is using the growth assumption for beaded bracelets, not crystal bracelets. Alright, so first things first, like I said, sometimes these are confusing unless you break it down. So the first things first, we're going to click on I5 right here. And we're going to go to the Formulas tab, which we're on. We're going to go to the Formulas Auditing Group, which is right here. And trace precedence, or however you say it. So this is saying the information in IE right now is this data. So it's pulling data from C5 and it's pulling data from B14. Let me scoot my thing over. So the direction says that it wants us to change this information because it's saying that we got crystal bracelets, which we know is true because it's tracking the information to this. But we want this information. We want the 28%, not the 15%. So we got to do an error check. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is error checking right here. You can see there's that little box right there. That's basically what this is. So error checking is going to try to manually fix it for you. So it wants us to copy the formula from the left. We don't want to do that. Basically what we want to do is we want to edit it ourselves because we know how to edit it because the directions told us what we need to do to fix it. So we're going to use this option more in the next few coming steps. For now, just click on Edit in Formula Bar. And we can hit Resume. Oh, actually, go to Previous. Let's X that out. Sorry. I'm messing up again. Hit Backspace. Let's start it. Let's do that again. So hit Error Checking. Edit in Formula Bar. So you can see right here, we can scoot that over. Here's our formula, and it's wrong because it has this instead of this. So we need to change B14 to B15. So you can easily just change that to a 5, or you can just delete it and click on this. But you see there's dollar signs. So if you do delete it and click on this, you have to hit F4 to get those dollar signs. But it will make your life easier just to delete the 4 and put the 5. See, now it wants the beaded bracelet, which is what the directions say we need to change. So we're good. So hit enter. You see that it changes. So we're good. All right, so we're done with 15. Okay, it says resume error checking. Let's go back to error checking. Whoops, wrong button. Let me hit back. I don't know what I did. Oh, I know what I did. I hit formulas. I actually did that by accident. I didn't know you could do that, but apparently if you hit show formulas, it shows you the formula instead of the numbers. Just uncheck that. There we go. Now we're back to normal. Sorry. Apparently I'm just showing you guys how to mess up in this video. Alright, so go to error checking. So the next error it's trying to fix is the I-5. We just fixed the I-5. We're good with that, so we're gonna hit the next. Okay, so the next one it wants to fix is this one in cell M6. Which is correct because our directions say when detected, correct the error in cell M6 so that the formula references cell L9 instead of L10. All right, so you see in our formula bar, see, it says L10. It wants us to change it to L9. So all you have to do is delete the 10 and put 9. And resume. Now fix that right there. Now it's saying ensure that the reference to L9 is an absolute reference. So basically it's saying that we fixed it, but you'll see that these are these other numbers right here. They're all in percentages. So let's change that. So to change that, go to our home tab. And we want it to be a percent. There we go. Now it matches the formula, everything else. All right, so let's resume our checking. It says, I don't know where we were. Let's go back here. Go back to our formulas, error checking. All right, so now it wants us to fix the error in the totals column, which is F7. All right, so when detected, correct the error at F7 by copying the formula from the cell above. So you see there's some options here. Instead of just editing it for the formula bar, it says copy formula from above. So all we have to do is click that, and it'll fix it automatically for us. There we go. Now it's fixed. I was wondering why it wouldn't work, and it was because I had to click it twice. All right. All right, so we already did that error. All right, so it looks like the next one is J8. So here's J8 is trying to fix that formula. It says by fixing this, copy the formula from the cell to the left. So here's that button right here. Just click on it. Hit next. And hit resume. Huh, I don't know why that didn't fix. Let me go back. Error checking. Copy formula from the left. Must have messed up somewhere here. Alright, I'm going to start this all over. So go to revenue, go to formulas, error checking. Alright, the next one, we're going to change M6. L9 to L10. F7. Copy the formula from above. Update formula. Copy the formula from the left. Next. And okay. Alright, so I made another error. I thought that since it still had this in it, it was still messed up. But the reason why I thought it looked messed up is because M5 to M6. Because I got to do this format. I forgot step 18. Use the format printer to copy the format in cells B5 to M5 to M6. Alright, so click on M5. Oh, okay, so this is where it is. You just click on M5. Go to your Homes tab, click on your little paintbrush here, and click on this. Changes the format to the percentage. I just did it by hand because I knew how, which was just going to home and making a percentage. Same thing. So, that looks like it. That's it. We're done with all the steps. I'm not really sure why that still looks like that, if anybody knows. I put copy from the left. Oh, there we go. I think I'm having some issues with my computer. So, hopefully you guys understood that. I know it was kind of confusing at the end there with the stuff, but if you need help, I'll be in the classroom. Just raise your hand and I'll help you. I did this last week and everything came out fine, but for some reason, it wasn't letting me click that copy from the left button. Hopefully it does for you guys. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm having issues with my computer freezing right now. Sometimes when I leave it sitting with programs open, like the recorder app here, it just runs really slow. But, I don't know. I hope this helped a little bit. And step 19 is just making sure you save your work, making sure it's in the order: warehouse purchase, warehouse payment table, staffing plan, job information, and revenue. Just make sure to save it to your desktop and upload it to your homeworks and submit it. I hope you guys get a good grade. I didn't submit mine to see what my grade was, so hopefully I didn't steer you wrong and give you wrong answers too much. But luckily I'm the teacher, so if we all get bad grades, we can get some extra points, because I know this Excel is a little touchy. So thanks everybody. I'll see you in chapter 5.